So what are the uses of my system? The first one is for wireless information. Using the handheld, you can look up anything stored on the computer or on the internet wirelessly. So for example, if you're in the kitchen, you could look up a recipe, or if you're in the garden, you could look up some information about a plant. For the other uses of my system, I have built a doll's house. This really shows you all the applications of my system. This was a standard MDF kit, which I then modified with some electronics. This is a Velleman interface board, which allows you to provide inputs and outputs from a computer. This circuit takes these inputs and outputs and then does the appropriate action, for example, turning the lights on and off, moving the curtains, and anything else. The first application I'm going to show you is multimedia delivery. Say you've got a DVD stored on your computer which you want to play somewhere else, i.e. you don't want to sit in front of your monitor. Simply play it on the handheld and then take the handheld to the nearest TV. In this case, it's a miniature TV in the doll's house. You take the cables, plug them into the handheld, and away you go. The video is then sent to the TV and displayed on it. It's also displayed on the monitor of the handheld. The next use I'm going to show you is home automation. Using a piece of software on the handheld, certain things in the doll's house can be controlled. Just bring the program up. Using these inputs and outputs, the different applications can be controlled. So the first one I'm going to show you is the curtains. So you just focus out the curtains. I'm now going to bring the curtains down. The curtains can then be brought up. All of this is controlled off a handheld. Next I'm going to turn the downstairs lights on and then the upstairs lights on. These are simple LEDs which act as spotlights. All the wiring was laid under the flooring in the house. The next application is say if someone comes to your door. For most people, if they've got a big house, they might not notice. So what this does, if I simply press this, the doorbell rings. But then a couple of seconds later, the handheld is paged. This would let you know, say if you're in the garden, that someone was at your door. This can be adapted for anything, so say if your telephone rang, it could get you to page it, but for this system I did a doorbell. The next application I'm going to show you is for security. I'm going to turn the security module on from the computer. If you look down here, there's a webcam and a PIR sensor and then my circuitry. This takes about 15 seconds to set. What happens is, if you walk into the zone, the PIR sensor picks you up and then it pages the handheld to let you know someone has gone somewhere they shouldn't. You are then sent the video signal from the webcam. So if you just zoom out, and we'll give this about 15 seconds to set. Oh, there it's just set. If you stay very still, it should go off. So I'm going to try and stay very still. So now it's untriggered. I'm now going to try and move into it, and you can see it's paged. It's paging the handheld, but it's also showing the video signal. So I'm just going to move down and wave at the camera, and as you should be able to see, I'm being displayed on the handheld screen. This is the webcam here, and here you can see me being displayed on the webcam. Just going to wave at the webcam. So you could have this mounted at your front door, so if there's someone there who looked a bit suspicious, you might not choose to answer the door, or if you're in the garden you could see who's at the door before answering. Other applications on my system include Skype and video conferencing. If you installed a microphone on here, you could use it to make telephone conversations. If you installed a video, you could use it to make video conversations.